And just like that. Oh, let me fix all of this, guys. We're live. Hey. All right, let's get this moving right. For those who are coming in to the live, you're coming into the live, you just saw our intro, or our episode, say an intro, our episode where we finished our two-part series. It's a little longer than all of my episodes that I've had in the past, but it was necessary. I feel like got a lot of questions, a lot of things answered, and yeah, I really enjoyed working with Jordan, Sapphire, and Natasha, and Oscar, and what we got done today. All right, let's acknowledge the people as they're coming in the room. Can you guys hear the tunes, the nice ambiance? Give me a quick shout before I start the show today. Today we're going to start the show a little bit different. Make sure my mic is just a little bit lower, guys. Give me a shot. There we go. Get it a little bit higher. Get everything just right, so we can get this going. So who all's in here? Hey, we got Samantha. Hey, Samantha, how are you doing? Samantha's been rocking with me for the last 3 episodes. You're always like one of the first people in the room. Samantha is part of this crazy and amazing class of 2020, 8th grader going to TA along with my son. So shout out to Samantha. Shout out to my son Sean. They're going to be doing big things for TA for the next 4 years. So thanks for rocking with me. Thanks for rocking with me. All right, who else is in here? Who else is in here? I see we got 3 people total. Who else is in here so I can shut you up before I start today's show? You love the channel? Hey, wait. We got broadcast that. Gotta show. Hey, thank you, Samantha. It's not for me, it's for the people. And you are the people. It's for creatives. It's for everybody. If you can take something from it and you have a good time, then I've done my job. I've given you something to learn from, or to entertain you, or just to put a smile on your face. So thank you so much. Thank you so much. Who else we got in here? Who else we got in here? We got one of our photographers. Hey, Natasha, how you doing? Welcome. Thank you so much for your contribution for the last 2 episodes. I think you've contributed now to about 3 episodes. So you were my first episode, and then the past 2. Thank you for helping this take off. You know what? We got to give you applause. Let's give you a real applause. Samantha, this is applause for you. Natasha, this applause. But we got to make this a loud applause. It can't be. We got to give a resounding applause for you guys who helped make this channel what it is. So let me turn this back down so y'all can hear me. We're gonna start the show off just a little bit differently than normal. Wait. Let me acknowledge everybody here. Okay, we have Tam. Hey Tam, how are you? Another photographer friend. Hoping all is well. Hope you enjoyed the content. Thanks for rocking with me. Let's get you an applause too. Let's turn this up. Hey. Wait. We'll make sure we get a proper applause here. And my wife is in here. Let's give a shout out to my wife, Charlene. Hey, let's give you a big applause as well. Thanks for allowing me to buy all these toys and do it. Hold on, I gotta give you a bunch of applause. We gotta give you some magic and then do an applause. Let me buy all this camera stuff, all this time to create. I appreciate everything that you allow me to do. So thank you so much, Charlene. All right. Like I was saying, I am gonna start the show off just a little bit differently today. I've been speaking at the end of all the episodes about being responsible as creatives, and making sure that we use our platform, or we use our art, or we use what we've been given to tell and orchestrate a narrative of what's going on in these times. So I went and I took my Canon M50 with me down along with my family to DC, and saw some of the protests, and I'm going to start the show with what I captured, and then we'll get right into the episode. All right, let's get ready to start the show. That's how we're going to start the show today. So, with that being said, let's get it rolling. Hey, everybody, happy Friday. We had another episode. And we got a couple of things that we're going to get into, but I just wanted to make sure that I started the show with the momentum that I've been leaving each show with. Still see that this is broadcasting. I wanted to keep the momentum of what I've been talking about at the end of each episode going into this episode. And I took my Canon M50 with me. I also wanted to see what it could do, just to kind of like test it out, and it performed really well. All of the images in the video that you saw on that were from my Canon M50. I'm actually going to post this particular I said particular. I will post this video as a standalone on my channel probably sometime this weekend. So I was just really impressed with the camera, but I was also more so impressed with the atmosphere and how the peaceful protests were being demonstrated, and I got a chance to share that with my family. And then you can do that, and you can kind of start the process of talking about things. That's how things move forward. But the cool thing about what was demonstrated in the video was the fact that $5. Oh, the cool thing is that you saw faces that weren't just brown in the video, and that's how this movement will move forward. It will move forward when it is not just the burden of those who are black in this struggle, but our brothers and sisters across all forums to help move this platform. So that was what I was most impressed with, and I will continue to move with my responsibility and capture everything that I can and share it with you guys. All right, so let's kind of pivot and get into our show. Kind of like that because it sounds like a live show. Like, I don't have a band, so I gotta like make it sound like I got a band. All right, so let's get into some things. Today we're gonna get into show moments. Get to share with you guys some of the cool things that I enjoyed about this episode, and of course videoing it. And then we're gonna get into the images of what Natasha and Oscar and I captured, as well as get to know our models a little bit better. So with that being said, let's get right into the show moments. This week I started with another cinematic element. All right, so there's two things that I want you guys to be mindful of when I did the video this week. I color graded it totally differently than what I did last week, even though it was the same type of light for each of the episodes because, you know, we shared the settings. I wanted you guys to get a real sense of the challenge that we as the photographers had with dealing with the harsh light conditions. One of the harshest and the worst thing about shooting in ambient light or with light period is that noon light. And it's a big misconception. People think, oh, it's so nice and it's sunny outside. As a photographer, it's the worst. We'd rather take an overcast day versus a bright and sunny 12 o'clock light any day of the week, because in the overcast it's nice and distributed. It's a softbox, and when you know anything about light and you have a softbox, you know that light just kind of flows on your subject. It's like this, like magic. That is what like overcast light is. Okay, when we have just 12 o'clock light, it is it's bad. Okay, it's wrong. It's doesn't work. Whoever else is in here who's a photographer who knows about 12 o'clock light, chime in on the comments so that I can post what you guys feel about 12 o'clock light as well. All right, so I wanted to make sure that the video conveyed some of the light challenges. I didn't want it to be exposed properly. I didn't want there to be vibrant colors. I didn't want that. I wanted you guys to just really get a sense of what it is that we were dealing with and the challenge that you can kind of manipulate the situation. One of the ways we manipulate is we used off-camera flash, one, and a alley. And then two, you'll see how later on in the episode how Natasha uses light, I use light, and then Oscar uses shadows to his advantage. So let's get in. All right, you see Jordan here trying to look all smooth. All right, boom. Another thing that I learned while editing these videos today, well, this week, is speed ramping. So you'll notice in some of the cinematic elements, you'll see them kind of going slow, and then they'll kind of go fast. All right. So that's speed ramping. So I learned that you can use that instead of, in the past, what I would do is I would take a clip and then I would either slow that entire clip down and then chop it and then put another clip and then I would change the speed. It works, but it's very timely. Whereas speed ramping, I could just put dots and then put another dot, and then I can make that dot go slower or go faster and then bend it so it merges. So it's just not like, it's like a slow, but then it kind of regular. So if you're noticing within this first element here, you see speed ramping along with the cinematic lines happening. All right, let's continue. Sexy skin, hold on. Here we go. That's Jordan with his sexy squint. I can't do that. Oh gosh. So you guys can see, you see these highlights blowing up.
Welcome again to another episode of the...
All right. So, all right. We got a chance to meet our models today and know a little bit more. And so one of the cool things that I wanted to add in this video was to add their Instagram images as a part of the cast, which I think is interesting and good. If you're going to use your models, you can either use it as a video line, like scrolling down their images, or you can use their images. And so I decided to do that this time in the episode, and it came out pretty good. Let's move ahead so you guys can see an example of that. Oh, here we go. Whoa. I think it's right here.
Yeah, it's been a long time. So what are you enjoying about the process of modeling?
Don't need to see me talk.
All right.
Time and confidence.
Time and confidence. Let's see what he does when we get...
Oh, I think I passed it.
What are some of the challenges about being a model?
I think at first, like my first shoot was more about the being, like finding, you know, your comfort as far as like, you know, at first when...
Oh, here we go. Here it is.
Anybody who's ever been around us.
So yeah, so you can see above me here, I have all of their Instagram stuff. So like I said, you can use it in a couple of ways. You can use it as a scroll, so I can use it as a video. So like it can be like me scrolling down their IG, or you can just have a picture. So I decided this week that I would just have a picture of some of their work. Proc Twins, they're dope. Andrew Jordan, check them out. They're awesome. All right. So that was another little caveat that we used in the episode.
So that we have a good time. So what are some of the challenges about being a model?
All right. So those are the video elements that I tried to incorporate in this episode. I wanted to work and have speed ramping in the intro. And then I tried some new, I guess, elements where you get to see what our talent was all about. Again, you guys saw some of the conditions that we had to endure to get the shots. I won't focus so much on the lighting within the alley, but I do want you guys to pay attention to a conversation that Natasha and Oscar are having. This is a common conversation that it takes place with a lot of photographers when they're first starting, or you're just learning how to do anything within photography. It's always good to partner up with people who will hear you. Not only hear you, but give you a proper response. So let's get right into that. All right. I wish they could just you can just start in the scene. Okay. So she starts out.
So 100, all right? So Oscar, can you advise me on how I should pose my model?
You know, that's like a faux pas. Another photographer going to another photographer. Can you advise me? And within our cool village, it works, you know? And I was saying earlier that I was extremely proud of this episode, the last 2 episodes, because it deconstructs what photographers can do and how photographers can communicate with each other. We don't have to like always be, well, you know, I'm going to keep my stuff to myself. Or, I mean, look, no 2 photographers shoots the same. We all see things differently. And for us to be able to have a venue and a platform where we could just talk to each other and then get the content to align together, I was most proud of. So big ups to my peoples.
Posting your model.
Yes.
One of the things that I've learned is that the closer the light is to the subject, especially when you're using something like this, like a big softbox like this, you want the subject to be closer. It creates softer shadows.
Okay, so he hits on something that's very key, especially when you're shooting off-camera flash. A lot of times people try to push that light far away and they think it's going to do something. No, it's not. You're just going to create unnecessary shadows. The purpose of on-camera flash is to make sure you get it as close as possible, of course without it being in the shot, because that light is nice and soft on them. And you shoot for the highlights, and Oscar talks about this. You want to make sure that you're not trying to blow out all the highlights. You're trying to get enough content that when you walk away and post, that you can manipulate the shadows, you can manipulate the light, and you have a clean canvas to work with. And when you shoot it in camera raw and you have all those layers, to work with, it's a little bit different if you shot JPEG. JPEG, you're kind of like, I liken it to if you're going to bake a cake or you're going to bake anything with ingredients. Raw is all of the ingredients, all of the dough, everything that you could put in the oven to cook, okay? So yeah, at the end of the day, you could take out the pie, right, with raw and see something, and then you can go back and redo the ingredients. Whereas JPEG is like you cook the pie and that's it. Whether it tastes good or not, you just got to eat the pie. Well, with raw, you can go back, you can change the highlights, you can change the shadows, you can change the color, you can boost the color. You have so much to work with. And then when you're doing this with the appropriate amount of light and off-camera flash, it's a beautiful, beautiful thing. All right, let's continue this conversation.
In their faces.
Okay.
Normally people would think the farther the light is, the softer it will be, and that's really not true.
Okay.
So you want to have them as close as possible. Of course, you have to keep in consideration your framing, because you don't want the big softbox to be in your frame. So the way that you can kind of, I guess, combat that problem or tackle that issue is you can have it a little bit to the side this way, so it's not really like on him facing the subject. It can just hit him to this side, and so that creates a nice kind of half light.
Okay, so he hits on something else on the head, okay? You don't ever want to put your flash, or if you're on off-camera flash, or even when you're shooting with your light variables, no matter how you look at the light, if you're working with sunlight or anything like that, you never want to use the same side that the light is with another light source. You already have one. You either have it as a fill, or you have it as like a hair light, or like anything to like separate. And then you have a key. So you never want a key and light on the same side. So he uses a great example here of having your key here. But then if you look at the wall, look at the highlights on the wall, you see that there's light coming off of that wall. That wall is essentially a light source. It's a reflector. It's light. So it's not dark. So that light hits it, It's an opposing light source. So you have to keep that in mind when you're using any type of light source. You never want the same amplified light coming, unless you want to, I mean, you know, I say things with a grain of salt because you can break all the rules of photography. But if there's a certain result, a result that you're looking for, you never want all your light sources coming from one way. You want to use a key. You want to have a separation or a hair light or a reflecting light. Okay, so that was a really good point. I really enjoyed this conversation. I enjoyed listening to it in post.
And then you can use your surroundings, such as right now the light on this wall, to bounce this way, and it kind of fills those shadows. So you can have him like stand right here and just make sure your framing is, you know, away from this. If you want to do a full body shot, then that's when it gets a little challenging, because you have to have him stand back a little bit.
And I guess that depends on the lens, right?
And on the lens.
Yeah.
Since you're using an 85mm, you should be good, because it's going to be a very tight anyway.
Right.
That's the king of portraits. So king yeah. So that.
Photographers. Let me get close so that there's a really nice shallow depth of field here. Here we go. Photographers. There are some lenses that you need to have in your pocket. If you are a portrait photographer, you need an 85 in your life. You need an 85 1.4 or below. And I'm telling you, it will change your life. All right, let's get right back to that. That was enough of the seriousness here. Photographers, get an 85 in your bag. For me, I think 85 and a 35, you're good, okay? Prime lenses are where it's at. Yeah, you know, it's nice to have a little zoom. Yeah, you can be abstract with 24/7. Get yourself a 35 and an 85. In my opinion. My humble opinion. All right, let's finish this.
That lens is awesome. And so yeah, that's what I recommend to you. And you'll see the difference. If you want to try it out, you can have him like stand way back here and then take a photo and have him stand
move
like
closer.
Right. The difference
Okay.
in the shadows and how soft the light will be.
All right, let's try that. Yep, that's perfect.
All right, that was a great teaching moment brought to you by Oscar and Natasha. All right, moving on along, I just wanted to move to another portion of the shoot. All right, we are on the roof here, and this light was crazy. And there's another shot. Okay, yeah. Another situation. I'm going to highlight Oscar here because Oscar was the only person during this whole thing that shot without off-camera flash, and not everybody shoots off-camera flash. And he's shooting in the worst, harshest conditions you can shoot, and he kind of talks about this in his thing, and let's get into that.
So one of the
First of all, Oscar,
first of all,
use this location.
I actually didn't. Disclosure.
Okay.
I was forced to be here. I'm kidding. So this this area, I guess, we're in a parking garage, right? And so we're on the top. The lighting is going to be very harsh, especially at 12 p.m. The harsh light that you could get anytime. Right now we have a cloud covering it, which is acting like a big softbox. That's also good. You can use that. But I'm actually looking for that harsh light, and it's coming in a little bit. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to use that in my advantage. I'm going to use it. I'm going to use the shadows that is creating the light to make the photo more interesting. So
okay, he's going to use the shadows in the situation to make it more interesting, and this is what he does. Okay, once I stop fighting with my gimbal, and I had a few fights with my gimbal, guys. I'm so sorry. I had a few fights, and I didn't want to change it because I told you guys I want you to recognize from episode 8 to 9, when we get to like episode 20, that your boy progressed. Okay, not taking that out. All right.
face a little bit to this side, like your whole body actually. Because I want the light to hit your face, but then not so much. That was a lot. Just There you go, right there. So there you go. And so what this is gonna do is gonna create an interesting look, because I have half of his face with shadow and the other without, with the light, the sunlight. So look up to the sun, just like that. Keep looking for that light. Keep looking for that light. There you go, perfect. I'm gonna come to this side. Do me a favor and just kind of bring your hands into play, maybe like with your right hand. It's almost like you're blocking the sun. So move to the sun now. Completely, yeah, just like that. And bring the cover your face with the sun. I'm sorry, cover the sun. Cover your face. Use your that's what I. No, actually, like I want. So something like that, right there. So something like that. Bring it higher. Bring it higher. Bring it higher. Right there. Right there. Beautiful. And so, just trying to create an interesting look. Keep bringing it up, like right about there. Look up to this. Look up. Look up.
All right. So that is what we're gonna get to. So let's go right into our images. I don't want to keep you guys too long. So we had our lighting situations that were kind of crazy. And again, I wanted to make sure we highlighted that for you guys. And I want to kind of go over the results of the images that we had. So let's get right into our images, okay? So our first image that we had was of Oscar shooting Sapphire, okay? So he did all camera flash, this wonderful heavenly pose that Sapphire blessed us with. This was his first shot in the alley with off-camera flash. His second shot was what we discussed just now, where he didn't use flash or anything like that. He worked with the ambient light, but then he got this, okay? So this is how the shot is a banger, because he uses the hand as a beautiful separation. The shadows give a wonderful effect here, and you see, like, it's it's just a dope composition. Really, really good shot, Oscar. Well done, well done. Way to use that horrible light to your advantage. All right, and then we had Miss Natasha with her wonderful image. After making the adjustment, you saw her do her little shimmy dance. That's how we know, like, when we're shooting with Natasha, that's how we know that she's got like something good. We're like, oh, she got something good. So and she did. She got this banger of Jordan when she made her adjustments. And then her second shot was another banger of Sapphire. This pose, look at this pose. Like, Sapphire, you killing it, yo. What? Since January? Look at this. She got some toe heel action, and way to just nail the colors of the sky. Good job, Natasha. Good job. You talking about I don't like off-camera flash. Oh man, we're gonna get you right. We're gonna get you right, okay? We're gonna make you fall in love with this aspect of photography too. Especially if you getting these and you're not even liking what you're doing. Like, what is this? Like, some people are trying their whole careers to get some of these shots, and you just like, off camera flash. That's all right. That's why I put your country music liking stuff on IG today. So there, how about that? All right. So that was her second shot today. Of the episode. Then these were my shots. Let me tell you, last week I got on them. I got on Sapphire and Jordan. And I was like, yo, why did y'all give them all the heat? Why did y'all do that? This is my show. This is my show. Like, I'm sharing, but you know, you gotta try to make me look good. And this is what I got this week. Okay? Last week, Natasha and Oscar, y'all shine. Y'all got your little... But I think, you know what? We got some little Vogue-esque type shots. This pose was everything. The hat was sitting nice. The light was right. I was very appreciative. Thank you, Sapphire. Thank you for letting me get this banger, even though it was a week late. But I'll take it. All righty then. And then lastly, my last shot of the day, I explained that I wanted to have like the water tower, which I felt gave it a small town, can't get the words out, small town feel. But I also wanted to have Jordan a full shot of him. But I wanted to have like the shadows, and I wanted to capture like the grit of the background on the parking garage. And so you really, we went from, okay, hold on, let me go to show moments real fast. We're gonna come back to this real fast. Go back to show moments. I want you to see the light that we're experiencing. So you see it in this video, okay? All right, look how I intentionally left this very lit so you can see. Look at all of this light. So I really, look at all this light, all right? So for me to get to this, I had to really push my f-stop. I really had to expose really darkly for the background and then shoot this shot of Jordan, and it came out really, really nice. Your shoes made it. We made sure that your shoes stayed white, Jordan. I hope they stayed white during the whole episode. But yeah. What? Hold on. What are you talking about out here? The editing. You know what? Look, listen. Stop complaining about the process when you're getting bangers, okay? It's about the bangers. All right. I see I have 3 of you guys left. I would love to shout you guys out real fast before I stop the show. I feel like this is a wonderful 2-part series that I'm really, really, really proud of. I'm really proud of working with other creatives that love what they do. Like, this passion game is real, y'all. Passion is everything in all of this, and I felt their passion, and I'm just proud. I'm like a proud papa. Got my village with me doing all of this wonderful work. But yeah, I enjoyed this episode with you. I enjoy sharing with you guys the process of me learning. Remember, this is a learning process. YouTube is video. All of this is new. Okay, and then to convey my ideas to you guys is new. Then to have a live show is new. But I'm thoroughly enjoying this, guys. I'm enjoying working with you all and sharing my episodes. And it's a joy. Hold on, I gotta give applause. We gotta give applauses. I give nice applauses. That's a nice type of applause. Let's give a real applause to the process of what's going on. And yeah, the magic of all of these wonderful images shared today. Thank you, Natasha. Thank you, Oscar, for your tireless work. And Jordan and Sapphire. I'm looking forward to working with whoever during this journey. And I'll be here to recap it every week. I'm thinking what I'll be doing really soon is doing more live episodes. I'm going to do some unboxings. Again, I'm going to be dropping the standalone to the intro video that was shot on my Canon M50. For all you Canon M50 heads, this little teeny camera packs a powerful punch. It's like a mini tiny EOS R. But yeah, shout outs to, I got 5 people in here. Hey, let me shout y'all out real fast. Who are the 5 people in this room? Let me shout you out real fast before I end my episode. and I do my closing thoughts. Closing thoughts. Who are you people? Who are you people? All right, I know one of them. It's Natasha, because Natasha's like all over the comments. I just let her dominate. There are 4 other people. Show yourselves. There are 4 of you. I can. Oh, what? Now there's 3 other people. Stop running, guys. Let me see who you are. Let me see who you are. There, I can see. There's 4 people in this room. I can see it. It's right here. Y'all gonna make me wait? Y'all gonna make me wait? I can wait. Let me turn up the music. Let's turn up the music. 5, 4. One of y'all gotta say hello or something. Hey, my man. Hey, there we go. They're just popping up. So you stayed the whole time, Samantha? Salute. Thank you. My man, Press. Salute. Hey, man, this is another one of my day oneers. Yo, man, I gotta tell you in front of like all of my viewers, I appreciate your support. Black man to black man, photographer to photographer, I truly appreciate the energy you put in my world, and I just want to thank you, man, and I look forward to seeing you again in one of our portrait meets, and possibly getting you on the show, man. I appreciate everything that you do, so a shout out to my, you know what, I'm going to give you let's give you applause, man. Let's give my man Press an applause. Thank you. I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you. All right, we got Tam. Tam, thanks for being a part of the show. We got to give you applause, too. We got to give you applause, real applause. Yeah, thank you. Thank you for being a part of my live show today. All right, did I get everybody? Oh, there's some more people in here. There are some more people in here. We can wait. I see 6 people, so let me count this. There's at least one more, y'all. One more. Who's holding out? Hey, bruh. Thank you. Who's holding out? Who is holding out? You know, like when the pastor has the benediction, and he's like, there's one of you who are toiling. Come to the altar. No, I'm not saying come to the altar. I'm just saying come and let me give you your flowers for being a part of my live. $25. What was that all about, bro? What did I do? You sound like Natasha. I can't be giving you. I said particular one time. But anyway, I'll let the person, whoever hides. I said particular. Oh, in the episode, you know what? You owe me because you said particular, and I dinged you. Me and Oscar dinged you. So, yeah. See, Samantha's laughing. She's with me. Oh gosh. But guys, I have had a wonderful time hanging with you guys, sharing the videos, sharing the images. You know what? Guess what? I'm gonna give myself a little shine today. No, I can't do that. I can't do that at all. I'm gonna give the shine today to Oscar and Natasha for their images. Let's take this off. This one by Oscar. That's a banger. All right. Natasha. Where is Natasha? This one here by Natasha. Banger. Hey, you know what? I am gonna give myself some credit here. I'm gonna give myself a little credit here. Whew. This. Your boy put in a little something. But again, thank you guys for everything. Thank you for being a part of the process, and let's kind of like get into my final thoughts. All right, like I said, with everything that is going on, I feel like it's a continued responsibility for us as creatives to make sure that we're doing our part. I challenge you week after week to be better at your craft. Don't just say you like to do something and then you don't practice. As a basketball player, when I was passionate about being a better basketball player, I worked tirelessly to be a better hooper, and it got me a college scholarship, and I didn't have to pay for school. As a creative, it is our responsibility, if we say we are creators, to practice. Don't say, oh, well, I got to do this for work, or, oh, no, my kids, or, oh, no, this, that, and the third. If this is something that you're passionate about, make pockets of time to be who you say you want to be, who you say you are, and who you reflect yourself to others when it comes to your creative ability. Take the time. 5 minutes is not a lot of time. And you see, with all the time that we've been granted during COVID and all of the time that we've been granted to just be and just do, take advantage of that. And as you do so, make sure you're telling stories. Make sure you're inviting people to the story. Make sure you're creating conversation, like these episodes that we've had. And then at the end of the day, share. Share. Even your most precious things, share. And let's all get better together. Again, thank you guys for rocking with me. Thank you for being a part of my process. Thank you for being a part of my village. And I rock with y'all. And I'll keep showing and I'll keep sharing as much as I have. So until next week or next show, I salute you all. And I'll catch you next time.